welcome to CTR, where our mission is to connect people with horses who wouldn't otherwise have the chance. And since we can't be together this summer, we are going to bring virtual horse-powered learning to you.
Hi everyone, this week's lesson is brought to you by Buttons. She's a 21-year-old Shetland pony, and many of you may recognize her as she's the ambassador for CTR. She's the one we've taken to many of the library branches, to nursing homes, and many other places where she can teach everyone how to be respectful.
Buttons is going to help us learn a little bit about the hoof today. So the hoof is our horse's feet. They have 4 of them, just twice as many as we have. And the hooves are very important because if you don't have a hoof, you don't have a horse. So we're going to show you in a moment the bottom of the hoof, how we take care of it, what it looks like. But first I want to show you what your activity is going to be today. We have right here a horseshoe. You get to cut it out and decorate it, but we want to let you know that if you hang it up this way with the opening facing the top, that's believed to bring you good luck because your horseshoe gets to fill up with luck. So this is what you get to do today when we're talking about the hoof. Now, when horses are walking around, we want to make sure that we clean out their feet, the same reason that you want to make sure there's nothing in your shoe before you put your shoe on. If you put your shoe on and you have a rock stuck in it, you're going to spend all day limping around in your shoe. You're going to be uncomfortable. You might get a little bit grumpy. And our horses are going to do the same thing. And if we're going to ride them, we want to make sure that they're happy and comfortable to do the job that we have given them. So we're going to line Buttons up so that you guys can see what the bottom of her feet look like, the bottom of her hoof. Now, whenever you pick a horse's hoof, you want to face towards their tail. So just in case if your horse gets accidentally scared or they trip or they kick, you're not in the direction of that kick. So when we go to pick up her feet, I'm facing the back. I'm going to ask her to bend at the knee and lift her foot up. Now it's already pretty clean, but I'm just going to scoop out these 2 grooves real quick to make sure there's no rocks stuck in these deep parts, these little valleys here. I'm going to brush it off. So if we're comparing the horse's hoof to your hoof, this would be their toe. This is their sole, so like the bridge of your foot. And back here is their heel. Now horses have a special spot right here in the shape of a triangle. That's called their frog. So horses actually have a frog in all of their feet, which sounds very silly. But that's kind of like, think of it like the rubber sole on your shoe that helps absorb movement. It keeps everything loose in your foot so that you're able to expand your foot as you walk around. You don't want really tight shoes on because that would hurt. So your frog helps support your horse's feet. So this hoof pick you would always want to have if you have a horse so that you can clean out their feet. Make sure that your horse is happy as they walk around. And we are now going to show you our farrier taking care of the horse's feet. So she's going to go a little more into depth about all the parts of the hoof and what we have to do to keep them going strong.
All right, so this week we have Beth Brown, our farrier, out. She's from BB Equine Services in Cochranville, Pennsylvania. Everything has to be custom made for the horse's feet. Just like every part of our body is not exactly the same. Our feet might be different sizes and shape, so are the horses. So we are looking in the back of her Farrier trailer that she has outfitted, and just to give you a glimpse of it, she's got it outfitted with electric. And she also has lighting in here. And it's like a mobile workshop for her. So she's working right there. She was working with her anvil. And here she has a grinder that she's able to custom make the horseshoe and the pad to fit together perfectly. And she's got right behind her to her left, she's got a drill press. And so what she has done is, a lot of it can be eyeball work too, where she puts her eye on it and shapes the horse's horseshoe to their foot. So sometimes it takes her a couple of trips out here to the trailer to be able to get that all taken care of. So I'm going to walk around the side here. We're going to look in the other entrance here, and this is the front of the trailer. And she's got all sorts of different pads. These ones here, these are leather, and they're all sized. And then over here, these ones are actually rubber, and they come in different shapes to be used for different size horseshoes. She's got, her horseshoes are all lined up, and they're all organized according to size. You'll notice some of the horseshoes, actually all of these, they have, you see on the side here, these are clips. And what it does is it allows the shoe to be fitted to the horse so much easier that way. Still shaping the shoe, but you see she's got her different presses. She says she just put a bandsaw in here that makes it a lot easier for her to cut the materials. So I'm going to pause the video and we're going to go back in the barn and watch her fit this on Victor's hoof. So here we are back in the barn. We have Mr. Victor, who waits so patiently, and Beth has worked very carefully to create this shoe with a pad on it. We'll take a quick look at it. See the shoe and the pad, the clips. She's put rivets in there to hold the pad on the shoe, and what she's doing now is she's preparing his hoof to receive the shoe. What's that you're putting on his hoof right there?
That's called hoof packing, and it has some properties in it to help pull out any soreness that might be in the foot, and it also kills bacteria so he won't get a bunch of thrush under the pad while he's wearing it.
That's a good point, because anytime you put a pad on a horse's hoof, you are creating a barrier and it can trap moisture, and that's the enemy of a hoof.
Yep.
So this shoe that Beth has carefully shaped to the shape of Victor's hoof, she's now tacking it on. And it doesn't hurt when you put horseshoe nails in a horse's hoof if you put them in the right place. Put them in the wrong place, yeah, it's going to hurt.
Easy, buddy.
So here we go. This is the shoe she had put on earlier. So you can see where she's tapped the clips to make a little snugger fit for him. And then when the nails come through the hoof, you can see here just where the tip comes through. Once all the nails are placed, what Beth will do is she turns the tip of the nail down so it has a more secure seat on the horse's hoof, and then she'll clamp it even more. She's got a clamp in her little tool kit here. Alright, so we're at the point now where both shoes are on. So what Beth is going to do, if you'll notice that Victor's right front looks a little, I'm sorry, his left front looks a little more finished off. That's because in order to finish off his right front, Beth is going to be just to nip some of the extra hoof wall that his toe has extended because of the positioning of the shoe. And then what she'll do is she'll take her rasp and she'll smooth that a little bit more. And then after that, there's little, the nail tips, even though they've been clipped off, they're still sticking out a little bit. So what she's going to do is she's going to take his right front hoof and she's going to put it up here on the hoof stand. And she's nipping off the edges a little bit more. When a horse is standing, they have 75% of their weight on their front feet. So it's really important, even when we only shoe the front feet, or when we shoe the horse, we always shoe the front feet, even though we don't shoe the back feet. So what she's going to do here is do some finishing with the rasp, and she has different size rasps, just like you would have different knives for what you were cooking with. That's Farrier's tool is a different size rasp. And then once she gets the hoof to where she likes it as far as angle's concerned and the amount of hoof taken off, then she goes underneath those nail edges one last time. She creates a little channel there, and then she's taking her clamp here and she's clamping down the edges to finish it off so there are no sharp edges sticking up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vic.
She's going to do the same thing she did on the outside of his hoof as she did on the inside, clamping down those nails, and she'll finish it off with a rasp. But that gives you an idea of what it is like to shoe a horse. So thank you for watching.
All right, we interrupt this program to bring you some more bad jokes. Sure, it'd be nice to have somebody else out here helping us.
I know.
Hey guys, I have a joke.
Okay.
Don't seem so excited. I know you guys really love my jokes, but here's another one. What do you get from a pampered cow?
I don't know.
Spoiled milk.
This is bad.
All right, can you pick it up a little bit, fast walk?
Looking good today. There you go. Buttons.
Oh, guys. Guys. Okay, thought of a joke. Why do cowboys ride their horses?
Faster.
Well, yeah, but because they're too big to carry. I can't even get buttons on.
Good one. Okay, so for the training session, you gotta start by getting him to stretch out a little bit because he's really tight in his shoulders.
Hey guys, up here. Got a joke.
Okay.
What does this mean if you find a horseshoe out in the field?
You're really lucky.
I don't know.
There's a horse walking around in its socks.
Hello everyone, and in this segment we are going to continue as we have been talking about the horse's hooves today and the importance of taking care of them. And you're going to see why soon, because our horses move around a lot. And in this segment we are going to be talking about the different footfalls and gaits of the horse, as in how the horse moves. So we're going to talk a little bit about, first, some things around pretend horse. You can use something as simple as a broom. Molly over here has a big comb that she's going to sit on and ride. And Gail and I are also holding on to these pool noodle horses. And if you have, since it's summer, if you have some spare pool noodles around, you can very easily make one of these for yourself. What we did is we got a long piece of paper, and you can get a big person to help you with this. We cut out the silhouette of a horse head. We cut out two, one for each side. We kind of used a strong glue around the edges to hold it together. Oh, we put it on top of the noodle, and we put a dowel rod through the center of the pool noodle. And on each side of the dowel rod, we tied string for what we call reins. And then we decorated it by painting it. We put some googly eyes on it, and we even used some pipe cleaners for the halter, the bridle. So you can do any adaptation of this with whatever materials you have at home, but we are going to be riding some variation of our pretend horses as we do today's activity. I'm going to ride the broom today since Gail's riding a pool noodle horse. So the first gait that we're going to talk about is the walk. And the walk is a 4-beat gait and the slowest gait. So when we say walk, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next gait that we're going to talk about is the trot. The trot is sort of like a jog. It's a little bit faster than a walk, and it's a 2-beat gait. So for a trot, you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the canter is the next fastest gait, and the fastest gait that we're going to do today. That is a 3-beat gait. And a lot of times we pretend that our horses are galloping around, and that's actually a canter. So we're going to do 3 beats, sort of like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to be riding our different objects, and we're going to play freeze dance today, but we're going to play the CTR version of freeze dance. So we're going to call out the different gaits, whether we're walking, trotting, or cantering. We're going to do that to the beat of the music. And when we call out whoa, that means you have to stop, sort of like red light. So in order to whoa, if you want to do it like you're really riding a horse, you're going to pretend you have reins. Well, Gail really has reins on her pool noodle horse. You're going to pull back and say, whoa. And that's how you're going to stop. So we're going to go through the different gaits. We're going to get moving a little bit. So get up, pause the video if you have to go and find an imaginary horse. And then come back and we're going to get started. So let's go. We're going to go counterclockwise. And we're going to start with a walk. We're going to and we hope you had fun. Buttons heard us having so much fun in here that we're going to do one more round of freeze dance, CTR style. But Buttons is gonna play with us. All right, ready? Let's walk. And walk. We thought you might like to see how Buttons travels, especially when she comes to the library. And while we are all really bummed that we can't travel to the library to see you this summer, we thought we'd give you a little inside look at what getting on the trailer looks like. So we always want to make sure that we keep humans and animals safe when we're getting on the trailer. So you can see I have a whole team behind me to help me. We're going to do a little demonstration of how we put Buttons on the trailer, and then we'll open up the trailer and give you an inside look after Buttons gets off the trailer. To hit the road. Alright, so now that we have Buttons on the trailer, we're not actually taking her anywhere today, much to her dismay, but we are going to show you how we get her off the trailer. Now keep in mind, normally when a horse gets on the trailer, they are much bigger and they take up more space, and when we get them off the trailer, we have to back them straight out. Buttons is small enough that we can just turn her right around in the trailer. She can walk right down the ramp, and that's what we're going to show you now. So she thought she was going somewhere today, and she's super bummed that she's not. But now that Buttons is off the trailer, we're going to show you parts of the trailer more up close.
Today was brought to us by Buttons, and we got to learn all about the hoof. We looked a little bit into hoof care. We got to see the farrier and what she does with our horses. We learned about footfalls and how we have our horses travel on the road in style in our trailer. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and you can visit us at ctrchanginglives.org and like us on Facebook at CTR. We'll see you in the next episode.
All right, and now for some bonus footage, we're going to show you the chicken incubator update number 2. It is day 14 of our chicken incubation. So we are going to candle them. It's been a week since we candled them last, where you saw that most of these eggs were fertilized. So tonight when we candle them, we're going to be looking through the egg to actually hopefully see chicks moving around in there. So we're going to stop the video, and I'm going to turn off the light. Here's the first egg. This is so cool. If you look closely, you can definitely see a little chick moving around in there and being quite active. The second one is even better. You can definitely see pretty much the whole outline of this chick moving around in there. Here is an egg where it looks like the chick stopped developing. You can see the air sac on the top, but it looks like the chick stopped growing at some point, and this was probably because there were actually some cracks on this egg when it came to us, so that may have had something to do with it. Here is another very active chick. You can really see the outline there. And here's one more to show you. It kind of seemed like this one was sleeping at first, but as we get to the end of the video clip here, you can see he kind of comes awake. Looks like a little leg that kicked out. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing those little chicks moving around in those eggs. As you can see, we took 5 out of the incubator that are no longer growing chicks in them, and we are left with 18 what looked like very healthy active chicks. So we'll give you another update in a few days.